This is part 2 of the Slight Edge series. Now this is based off a book I read called The Slight Edge by Jeff Olson, and it's really about mastery. Mastery, like when you learn a martial art, it's practicing the same basic techniques over and over and over again, but in the end, you go from looking like a goofball throwing a punch to looking like Bruce Lee. And that's what these techniques are. I'm going to teach you today calf training techniques. So this is the Slight Edge to get better calves. So first, when we look at the calves, let's talk about what muscles are actually involved. So if you take a look at my calf, that is a gastrocnemius muscle. But beneath the gastrocnemius, we're going to bring in my model here. So this is the muscle I was just showing you here on top. Now beneath that, along the side, is this thinner muscle called the soleus. Gastrocnemius, soleus. Here's the difference. Muscle fiber type. The gastrocnemius is designed to lift heavy weight for a short amount of time. If you look at the calves, the lower leg of a sprinter, they have calves kind of like mine, but much better. And then if you look at the calves of a marathoner, they don't have much gastrocnemius, but it's much wider and thinner. And what that is telling us is that is an endurance fiber. So what do? Do we train one or the other? Well, we train both. But when we have the goal, the objective of developing the calves to get that look you really want, that diamond shape with that thickness to it, that little bump in the bottom of the leg, what we got to do is when we train the gastrocnemius, we got to challenge it. Muscle fibers that are fast twitch, like the gastrocnemius, must come to fatigue, must be challenged between 20 and 40 seconds. That doesn't mean you get to 40 seconds and you stop. It means you push yourself, and when you can't do anymore, you should be within that time range. That's going to give you the best results. Lower reps, like 6 to 12 reps, are going to get you better results. And when we focus on the soleus muscle, the muscle beneath that, we want to do higher repetitions. I usually do time sets. So I'll have someone do like 1 second down, pause at the bottom, come up 1 second, pause at the top, and use that cadence, that tempo, and just time them for 60 to 120 seconds. And it burns. Both of these burn, but that burns really bad. Now here's the thing. If we want to emphasize the soleus, we need to have the knee bent when we do the calf raise. Okay? When you want to emphasize the gastrocnemius, you keep the knee straight and do the calf raise. Make sense? Let me show you what I mean. What we're going to do here is a single leg calf raise. I'm using a machine, but you could just as easily hold a dumbbell in one hand. You're going to hold the weight on the side of the leg you're going to be working. I'm going to start with my right leg. I'm just barely balancing myself. And then I'm going to tighten the calf. So key number 1, engage the muscle, the target muscle. Push up through the big toe. Pause. Lower slowly. Pause, but stay tight. Don't rest like that. Stay tight. You got to challenge the muscle, make the muscle work. You squeeze, push through the big toe. Don't push through the little toe. You'll see that my calf actually becomes more relaxed. If I push through the big toe, you'll see that it contracts more. I'm getting more work done. I'm getting better results. Tighten the calf. At no point does the muscle disengage. So what I'm doing there, and say I fatigue, I'm timing the set at 30, 32 seconds, that would be ideal to develop the gastrocnemius. Say I fatigue, I do so many reps that I fatigue between 60 and 120 seconds, that's going to benefit more the soleus muscle. You're going to be working on the muscles, but one's going to be emphasized over the other. So what's your goal? Is your goal to get more diamond shape or more thickness in the lower leg so you have that cleavage underneath the muscle? Whatever it is, use these secrets, these training secrets, and apply them to your program. And that's how you get the Slight Edge for calves.